there's one clean-cut favorite. I absolutely agree. But you have to say, Kinguin, with that kind of result today, that's very impressive, and no one really saw that coming. So a great start to the campaign here at Dreamhack Open. We'll get straight into it, shall we?
I'm so excited to see Mirage. We didn't see it once in Oakland, you and I, believe it or not.
That's nuts. We didn't cast it once.
Yep.
Okay, then. Well, 3 sets of armor, 2 smokes. Pronax and Lekra will be wielding those, and it seems like a pretty traditional A execute on the pistol. Smokes towards jungle in the steps, and here they go. 5 men committing to the side.
Oh, that's refreshing. I missed Mirage. I like it. It's a good map. Good for the Ts to push and force movement, and good for the CTs to try and get a little bit edgy inside of mid. And speaking of pushing and forcing movement, they've forced them back inside CT spawn. It's Furlan that's going to start off the kill onto Flush Up. That's a decent one to get as well, and as with the push all the way through, it means that the post-plant position with pistols can be covered off better. Furlan's going to pick up a second on JW, but Pronax, he responds. Down goes Rollin, down goes Furlan in response. Finally, they silence him, bring this back to a 3 versus 3. Mazino's tried to wrap back through from Connector, take over the bomb inside of the site, and the smoke off in front of CT. They've actually put themselves in decent positions. 2 versus 2, though, because the pop back out. Lekro, he's done damage. He's pulled them away. Spiro's the last alive. He's on it. He's holding it, but he's got to get off. He's pinched from both sides, and he'll go down. Lekro with the final kill.
Really lovely stuff there from Godsent overall. Like I said, very traditional strategy. Those 2 smokes towards the steps and jungle area, and they're committing before those even bloom as well. It gives them so much time to actually utilize them as they push towards the A side there. They're focusing towards CD spawn. That's great to catch rotation of the CTs as well. The bomb's planted in a decent position, and Lekro holding the back. He's watching that T ramp. So like you said, perfect pincer when the bomb is down as well. Kinguin did a decent job of the retake. Came down to a 2-on-2 in the end, but I just didn't see them actually having any chance with that setup up against them. So we're going to the next round. Not a force buy, but Spiro opens things up with a headshot towards Flusher. The Deagle, very strong on this map indeed. And it rings true once again here in the second round. It looks like they're trying to get the reply frag here, but there's decent damage towards Mihu, but that's all they'll do for now. So with that man advantage, the CTs probably just want to fall back, choose the bomb side to show most of their attention to. It looks like the A side for now. But still, quite a heavy advantage towards Godsent. You can see not a full force buy here from Kinguin. No armor, just some upgraded pistols here. I think Furlan's the only one with body armor here. No nades to work with either.
Micro's going to try and work back down toward the B site. Looked like he wanted to wrap back underpass, but with JW already here, I think they'll start to commit in this direction. Pronax brought bomb along behind them as well. So Schneider will hold off mid, watch for any information, and they'll try and attack and approach this B site, which does have 2 inside of it. Rollin and Mihu, who's boosted. So Rollin can try and bait them in on this, play this alone. A little bit aggressive. Sees a nade going toward the van. That means he can't jump up. Still manages the headshot on the way through. Won't follow it up onto Pronax, but this left Mihu in prime position. They know he's boosted now. Pronax limited him behind the truck. Tagged up as well. 37, and he's up against 4 players. There's an AK down inside of the site. If I'm not mistaken, it's an AK. It might be a Galil. I didn't quite catch it. But Pronax will find Mihu's held onto the angle well. Problem is he's still pinched in. His teammate Schneider has made it through middle. 77 HP. That could be the saving grace in this. So far it is. Spiro not expecting his position. He's able to find one. AK gets toward the window, but Furlan's at the shot. Back away, and Malzino pops in to deny the bomb plant.
Not even a force buy though. The CT's using that Desert Eagle at the start of the round, funnel the terrorists towards B, and like I said, they had to focus on a particular area, take a bit of a gamble towards whichever side they thought Godsent could end up in. They go for a little boost there towards the B side on that great position as well, using the van and the CZ. It was actually pretty nice to watch, and Kinguin came down to quite a tight situation there. Godsent recovering quite nicely with the AK-47s, quite patient play, but overall it will be a round of victory for Kinguin. They've got a ton of money to work with now, M4s, AKs, and the nades, and there is going to be a force buy coming from Godsent. Most teams will go towards the A side at the beginning of the map, try and get the bomb down with the smokes, but you can see they don't really have that to work with. So maybe you trying to pump some information here. Spots one. He'll just probably want to nade and fall back at this point.
Flusher is the one that's at the top of mid with the Deagle, trying to find that shot in return. He didn't quite make it far enough. And JW, meanwhile, with Lekro, has gotten into the underpass. With pistols, potential for boost. Furlan's going to give that position up as well, so they could actually get in there, at least in there for free, but then moving forward could be a problem if Furlan watches the back of the vent.
The thing is as well, they've got 5 rifles here. They don't really need to face these tight choke points. They know, at best, Godsent have got Tech 9s and armor, right? So you don't want to give them a chance to actually have the potential where they could be effective. You just want to hold back, work the crossfires together, make sure you're taking one frag down with you every single time. Mihu there finds the first frag towards Pronax. That's pretty much the job done for this round. Now they're going to have to commit towards a bomb site. They haven't really got any grenades to work with now, just those Desert Eagles and CZs. Let's see what happens here as they go towards the connector.
Mavs backing away as well towards spawn, trying to just keep an eye on Palace. So Spiro gets a heads up. Flusha does find a shot in Mihu, but it's traded. It's the pullback kill against that which Schneider goes down. It leaves them still in a deficit. Gone around the corner, but not necessarily something they can commit to easily, because Rollin at the bench is trying to watch that. And again, they were always going to get a player up toward the window position. JW is going to get aggressive as well. He wants to push back through the vents. They've got that gun picked up now. Flush is the one to wield it, and Rollin's got to relocate. Tries to find the spot through. Elecro's still in that position. He's going to bait them long enough, pull the aggro away, and JW's able to slip in. Low HP, not found by Rollin immediately. That'll let Flusha walk back through and find his second kill, but look for the bomb to be denied. They line up. Now Zeno, he's got them low as well. JW's only on 19. 4 seconds, round is over. He's got to kill both. That's not going to happen, and Mouse will save it.
Looked very promising for Godsent there, but like you pointed out towards the end, they had very low time. Just had to go for the plan at that point. Didn't really have time to work out what's going to be the most calculated place to put it, and they just go for the full plan there, the commitment. Malzino can't believe his luck. 2 players jumping around at low HP. He finds the planter there. And what seemed like a very promising situation for Godsent overall slips away, and no plant comes in as well. So it will be 2-1 for Kinguin. And we're going to see pretty much full eco here from Godsent. 4 players towards Palace. Flusha with the flashbang. He'll presumably be on the A ramp. He'll flash him over to try and get a bomb down. Redundant round. Even if they get a kill, I'll be very impressed. Let's see if the flashbang can be effective enough to make this a possibility for them.
Shots through, though, and Furlan finds 2 before they get in the side. A third, don't take that back, Mousino.
There it is.
It was a bit confusing for us, was the one to find that. He's gone down. Rollins followed up, and Schneider dead now, of course.
Yeah, well, 1 kill is pretty much as good as it's going to get with that side of play. 1 flashbang, $200 invested into that round. So, Godsent coming into round number 5. It's 3-1. Kinguin on the CT side here. Decent start for them after losing the pistol as well. So 5 AKs, they do have the smokes as well. Just 1 Molotov, so it's not a perfect buy for Godsent, but certainly enough to work with here. No orb's going to come out, but it will for Spiro. He actually has free reign of the map. He'll go towards window, presumably, and Furlan will be joining him as well.
Spiro's trying to find that free shot through the smoke. But did he find it, Henry G?
No.
Still hasn't found what he's looking for. Much like Bono. JW's found Rollin, though. Going to give Godsent 1 to work with. JW on 41 HP as a result, but that won't matter. Kills do.
Wow.
And what kills you doesn't make you stronger, except for CS, because there's no health regen, thank God.
You almost thought there was at one point.
Did I?
A cache.
Did I? Oh, yeah. Cluj. Yeah, that's a legendary one. Let's not pull that one from the archives.
No, leave it in that.
Flush just makes his way inside a connector. So give them the full split approach to A side. Smoke's coming through as well. 1 onto CT, but it's gone deep. So Spiro can actually play this on top of Ticket. And Lekro and Flusha, they've found kills though through connector, wrapping into jungle. Just 2 remaining. All 5 and all 3 approaches covered off on the A side. The one thing that could save this round, and it's even desperate at that, yeah, more so. Now that Spiro's down, is the fact that Mihu is on a flank. Maybe if he gets in Palace and goes for a nice ninja at this point, not even gonna bother, just get the kill.
Just get the kill.
Get the money as he can, or money away rather from Godsent in this case.
Yeah, I just want to be denying cash for Godsent to the next round. Pretty much default round from Godsent at that point. Just working the frags on the map, facing the initial exchange points, finding the kills. It was JW opening things up, and then he's walked into the A side from Connector. Once they got that mid control, they set every single shot available for them. Pretty standard, didn't look too pressured at any point. It's just going to be 1 kill for Mihu. Is he going for anything here? I presume he's not going for the ninja at all. He's just going to be seeing him get the exit frags like we stated before, and it looks like he'll be pincered there, unfortunately for him. Does find 1 more. That's probably about as good as he's going to get, but Lekro does find the kill on towards him. We'll have a look at the money available for the CTs here. Oh, it's a mixed bag. 2 players can definitely buy, 2 certainly can't. So he's going to have to be dropping over some SMGs, maybe some credit pistols here. There was potential for an AWP, but I think they've opted for the rifles instead. Well, then we go into round number 6. So there it is. 2 UMPs, 3 M4s, no kits. Bit of a problem on Mirage. Also execution potential with the bomb can go down uncontested as well. We'll see what happens here. I think the CDs were anticipating maybe some aggression towards the middle there, but decided to fall back. And
that is the strongest couch ever. If IKEA sells that, go buy it.
Was that a nade?
Just totally denied the nade. I want that couch in my house. I wouldn't be surprised if it's IKEA or in Sweden. JW's Swedish.
Yep. Good points.
JW, speaking of, has an AWP, and he's starting to get closer onto the B site. Needs to be very careful about that position. The top of his head. And an M4, not really a combination I would recommend for anyone. Aspirin won't fix that headache. And he's getting closer to finding that angle, Rollin. He's going to shuffle his way back over toward the van, but not quite any. He wants to watch the window instead. So tight angle held. He's still dancing inside of the site. He's pulled his teammate Mihu back away from middle, at least temporarily. He's since gone back out, though, to the corner because they are applying pressure in exactly that position on the map. 2 smokes out, 1 window, 1 connector. No one really pushing through, though, on this. In fact, 3. There's a 3rd on Catwalk, and no one's really pushing through. So they've used a lot of utility, but not taking any map control, Godsent.
Well, they're just trying to work out what kind of buyers coming in here. Bleed out the CTs. They know the money's not going to be fantastic. They're doing a pretty good job of that. You can see now Spiro is getting up close to the ARAM. Might be flashed at this point. They need to get something going for them. They know his execution comes in. They've got nothing to defend it with, really. There it is. Flashbang comes in. Ooh, just about worked out of Spiro there. Good work. Like we said, that was a valuable kill for him. An upgrade to an AK-47 as well. Now there's a real chance for Kinguin here.
Pronex did well to dodge that flash, was reading the play, but ultimately put himself in a position that wasn't recoverable. Watch this AWP, because JW, very hard shot to hit on Spiro, could have left himself exposed. Thankfully, flushes to wrap around, and Mazzino through the smoke's able to find him up, drops the bomb as well. 6 seconds, that could be the round. Schneider, 1 versus 3, it's done. 3 seconds, and down he goes to me, who thankfully died before the time ended as well, because that could have been even worse. It's 2 rounds only for Godsent. Kinguin will pick up 4 on that.
Yeah, I'd like them to punish him there towards the end of the round. You can see 2 seconds remaining. Would have been no money whatsoever. But still, it was a big round for Kinguin. No kids, running very low on utility as well. When it got to that 30-second mark, and like you said, Godsent not really showing their hand towards him anywhere on the map in terms of commitment as a middle, any sort of map control. The CTs, no nades left, just had to push into one area. It was a ramp, and Spiro stepped up with that UMP. Great work from him, and it's forced an eco from Godsent once again. It will just be PD50s, a couple of Glocks, 1 Deagle. Like we said, that a Deagle can be very deadly on this map. You need to keep your eye out for it. But it should be a pretty easy round.
Yeah, nice nade.
Kinguin overall. Mihu finding that first nade kill towards JW.
Bounced it onto his forehead. Doesn't quite have a strong head like Zinedine Zidane, so as Setch went down, Furlan's going to pick up 2 quick kills on the UMP. Micro's still waiting at mid with Flusha. At this point, we're not really sure what they're waiting for, Henry.
You want to sting you 2 again?
No, I was thinking more Neil Young. They're looking for the heart of gold, but they're getting old.
It's all good stuff today. Wow. Flush up.
They pay me for it.
1 on 5 of the clock, no armor, no nades. Can't really find too much there, and it will be another, I guess, relatively easy round for Kinguin. All things considered, not really much in terms of firepower available for Godsent there. So let's have a look at the money in this round. Oh, it's not great. Second stage loss bonus. I think they can just about squeeze out AKs, armor, maybe 1 smoke each. Galil and a UMP comes in just to get them a bit more utility. I think that's the right call. Utility is very important on Mirage overall. You need to be able to smoke out those key choke points after you give you opportunity to get towards the bomb site. Is this aggression coming in from the CTs towards middle? I don't think it is. Just a nade strat towards.
Ooh, I thought he was trying to throw that and hit his teammate. Blow himself up. Okay, speaking of blowing someone up, headshot through smoke, Spiro sprays in, and Lekro, the man departed, now returned, has gone to the grave.
Got Furlan as well in towards that underpass position with the UMP. Actually could work out quite nicely for him. There's not going to be any presence there from the terrorists whatsoever, so he can come in the back of that player towards the B apartment. I think that's JW. Yes, it is. So, man advantage about to be thrown away. Spiro gets away with 17 HP.
Spiro 17, though, looking back toward middle regardless. Not scared in this situation, but does have to be a little bit careful. He gives himself up. That could be a problem, and that smoke is even bigger problems for JW, because Furlan does arrive, and he was looking that direction, perhaps prepared or anticipating, but regardless, that's exactly that. It's pulled the rotations over. They get that 1 kill inside the B apartments. They now know there's no chance they're there. They've got the information. Molotov's going to force Schneider back, but good headshot on the boosted player, Mazzino, beforehand. Buys a little bit of space as well by taking him down at the front of the site. A ramp. Pronex in. Spots 1 toward jungle. Mihu. He's in the open, but they're waiting. They want Rollin to go wide late, and Mihu's picked up 1. This will give Rollin a much better chance. 42 seconds still to work with. Bomb not yet planted either, but both players in the boost have to sit back and can't spot toward the connector in doing so, and at the same time, Furlan was not able to spot the bomb being picked up, but look at the HP falling, can't hit. Now they know there's 2 there. They have to. But what can they do of it? Because they don't have any utility to hold them off. They've just got a chance to plant and rely on the weapons, and 23 and 22 HP. Becomes a bit of an issue. Snyder's going to try and get a better position up close, but Furlan gone. They know he's got to be shuffled over toward a main at the very least. So how quickly will they spot him? Already traded out, well established from Kinguin.
Yeah, not giving too much away there. Kinguin potentially could have denied the plants at that point. There's a decent boost, didn't land that initial shot, but still the round was secure at that point. Bomb goes down for Godsent, which is good news overall, but Kinguin looking great here. They're very assertive at the start of the round. They're actually willing to take the jewels at the start, going towards underpass as well. That was a great play in that underpass position. Finding JW in the B apartments meant you can see those rotations. As soon as they got that kill, so much information gathered and the man advantage sustained. So they rotate back towards the A site, do a lot of damage with the grenades coming in, and Godsent another partial buy here. I think they're currently at 3rd stage loss bonus. So 4th round, they get a $2,900 on top of their 2K they've got at the moment. So they'll have a nice full buy going to the next, but still there's some potential when you have Deagles and armor. Not when you're taking nades like that, though.
That's lovely. JW is getting absolutely obliterated by nades this game.
Yeah, not great start for him. A couple of wall blanks coming in there as well. Not going to do any damage just yet, but what have Godsent got left? They've got a smoke. Okay. Not Lecker anymore, I'm afraid. Michi just blows his head off there from short. 1 smoke and 1 Molotov and 3 players remaining. This round should be over at this point. If they can find the bomb somehow, that'd be impressive. A couple of kills, I think, is about as good as it's going to get, potentially.
Rollin looking for a chance to try and spot out exactly where Schneider is. Does so successfully. On to Flush and Pronex. Similar positions right now. Not quite as deep down the corridor as their teammates had gone in when they perished, but they're spotted up no less because Rollin's already seen them. Rollin goes down, though. Pronex with a quick shot on the Tech-9. Now you say, here we go. Where are they going to go? Because inside B, it's still occupied by 2, and I think the only place they're going, Henry, is directly to, well, a place that you always talk about. A place that you preside to go when you die. You always say you want to go there.
McDonald's?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Right then.
That's not what your idea was.
No, but it's friendlier for the broadcast. Anyway, round number 10 map. It's going to be a full gun round. First time I think we've seen JW on the AWP this time, maybe the second. And we'll see what he can do here. More aggression towards middle from the terrorist at the start of the round. We look at that first pick. It's Flusher though with the AK-47, challenging the window position, using the smoke as well to take some vision away from the CTs. Quite a standard round here, but Spiro goes aggressive towards that connector, takes down Lekro.
That was a lovely shot. Rollin back toward that van as well is going to try and get some more information out of the B tunnels, but with a 1-shot kill. And an early kill at that with 1:23 still on the clock. They don't have to get too aggressive to try and get much in the way of the information. They just have to bleed out the T's at this point in time and try and force them to find the next move. Force them to get aggressive. Pronex positioning connector does perhaps lend itself well to an execution play despite being a man down, but Furlan's going to take down Schneider already.
Kinguin is just relentless at this point. Even when they're getting the man advantage, they're pushing up confidently, willing to take these duels and winning the majority of them as well. It's actually quite cool to see them actually landing most of the shots and being confident in their own abilities. It's going to be a 5-on-3 now. Still the open hands of JW. We know how strong he has the potential to be with that weapon. Haven't really seen it this game as of yet. As we get into the 45-second mark, the bomb's still down in T-spawn. That's a bit of a problem. You can see JW towards the B apartments as well, trying to find that first pick. Pronex in a decent position in jungle as well, so potentially this round isn't over just yet. That was his chance to strike, and unfortunately for him, who capitalizes. I thought Pronex had that kill dead to rights, but apparently not. It will be JW now. With Flush up, he needs to find a couple of picks here. It needs to be 2 to get him onto the B side. You can see 3 players in the minimap right now. Backing him up, that should be the first one. A chance at least here.
JW trying to find another opening for them, but will hold on to the wall. It leaves the player in the corner, Rollin back toward the bench, and now he's trapped in. Who's going to arrive. Good shot by JW, at least something, but caught in the end by Rollin. And another one-sided start to a game. We've seen quite a few games today. The Cloud9 game, the last game, this Kinguin game, all going into 7-2, 8-2 range before, well, not only the first timeout comes in. Actually, I take this back. This is going to be technical because it's called by Rollin, and he's asking for an admin.
It says chicken calling.
I don't know. I think that's a joke, so I'm not sure what that means.
What does that mean?
But
is that like a...
Maybe Chicken's calling him on Skype or on Steam.
The friendly chicken?
Chicken's showing up again.
That was such a good event when he was there every single game.
Obviously, it was someone in production. Chicken, we got to figure out who Chicken is.
The friendly chicken.
But what I was going to say was that we normally have good second halves when this happens.
It's true. It's certainly not over just yet. Kinguin, of course, have won the half, but this is an interesting decision from Godsent. I thought this would be another partial buy. They've got no nades to execute towards A. This has to be a dry entry, 1 flashbang going in, and it's trying to hope you out-aim everyone. Certainly possible with the talent Godsent have available. Whether it's the best call at this point, I'm not so sure.
And if they need advice on dry entrances, they can ask me, because I play in silver. We do it all the time. Lekro's going to find Spiro going down. Furlan, though, getting 1 response. They actually make this work. Trade kills all in their favor, and perhaps, much like we saw from Optic in the last game, speed would be of their advantage. Rollin's going to find 1 at least on Lekro. He's going to fade away, but bomb gets planted on this. He's got a command. He's got a smoke to work with, which could bode well in the post-plant, or rather, excuse me, if he gets through this post-plant into a diffused situation, because he's got a kit. Keep in mind the nade and the flash also coming to his ailment, but he's got to find them first, and they've gone very different angles. 1 toward jungle, waiting to see if he's going to wrap back through toward the vent. He can then slide out, take down potentially a trade if they get to flush it, but Schneider's also on the crossfire, and Flush has found him on his own.
Well, an unorthodox round, something that shouldn't really work. One flashbang towards the A side and going together. It's certainly unexpected, and that sometimes can work in your favor there. And I think if you're going to be objective here, on paper, Godsent probably outskilled these guys pretty much across the board. Maybe a couple of exceptions here and there, but so you can see how they get into that A site. Once they have the aim jewels available, they managed to land the shots and trade very, very effectively there. Kinguin did not see that coming. So Godsent managed to claw on back here. 8-3, so into round number 12. Still money available for the CTs, of course. Spiro this time focusing towards middle as he falls back towards the B side. This will be another default here with more mid-focus, it seems, from Godsent here. JW actually trying to be a thorn in Kinguin's side towards the B apartments, which seems to be a common trend. Will he win this first duel? Not quite, but he does do damage towards Radan.
Again, they try and go with a little more speed. Lecro's got an in-toward window as well. Teammate smokes it off. He can get in there and conceal himself until that dissolves and then start to push in toward the jungle position. Now, on top of that, if they are going to go jungle, they do have Flusha inside of middle, but they've still got more of a presence over toward B. So even if they could find that one kill, it wouldn't be an A execution. It would be to hold off rotations. If they get to that B site, which is now occupied by Michu and Rollin. Michu's starting to look up toward the apartments as well. He's going to get that AWP in a more aggressive position, more aggressive stance. Good shot. JW didn't know he was there at all because 2 seconds prior, he was already there, already looking down the hallway, and it was clear. So he's caught off, and Lecro, he's getting much warmer as Furlan wants to get back in. This is going to show his gun barrel. He can see it. Spots out. Good headshot coming through. He does have to contend with the fact that Rollin's outside of the vents. Pop flash through, turns him away. Good pickup. Lecro showing off the skill that we saw perhaps all the way back in Malmo. He had a few decent games with his Fnatic tenure, but never really reached the full potential, I would say. He's going to try and do exactly that now. Good shot on Mozino as well as he takes his third in the round and 3 very important kills to open back the A site, force the rotation back in their favor, and Mihu's going to give himself up immediately because walking around the corner, guess what? In behind, Flusha waits.
Lovely stuff there from Lecro. Quite calm and intelligent play there. The flashbang utilization towards that vent position as well. He knew his position was given away, and it's actually very, very well played indeed. I think they've forced one of the first ecos we've seen from Kinguin here. Here's the replay right now. It's going to be Furlan giving his position away. The barrel extending. That's the player I was talking about. Ryan goes down. He takes the bait. And then some. Lecro delivering another round for Godsent here. 8-4, and it should be 8-5 considering the buys. Could be some CZs, Deagles, and nothing really coming in terms of a stack here. Pretty default setup. One player towards B, a few towards mid. I think they've got a flashbang. The idea of a flash over towards mid and try and face at the same time. That would make sense at this point. And see if it works out for them. We'll be Spiro with the flashbang. And of course, yeah, there it is. The flash toward mid will be coming momentarily. Not going to be deployed just yet. Here it comes.
JW starts it. Mihu goes down, but now they can start to push up. Fast play. Flash, though, well-timed, as you said. Gets them only one. Rollin just hits Pronax. Now it's followed up. Mozino gets one. They drop back down, and that's going to give Lecro another 2K as he goes down to 4 HP, no less. But just to point out on Lecro quickly, he seems the best when he gets space in mid-round. It seems when he gets a bit of a moment to think out for himself, he's quite clever in those situations. It's a matter of him getting consistent, because he does have these explosive rounds from time to time, but then he goes very quiet in between them.
Well, Godsent straight back into this game, it seems, after a few rounds in a row, make it 3. And it will be round number 14 here. They can pick these last 2. It's a decent enough for either side. I don't think anyone will be particularly happy with it. But Lecro, like you said, very skilled player indeed. Does try to take that initial duel towards the A round. No nades taking him down at the start there. So they're not going to have some positional control, but it's going to be smoked up for now. So it should slow things down. You can see, yes, the bombs will be rotating back towards T-spawn. They'll kind of reconsider our approach here as we get into the 1 minute 30 mark. Still very early days in this round and still 4 smokes available for the T. So they're trying to bait out any CT grenades they can by showing their presence towards the apartments and A-round position. That's worked pretty well so far. Only 2 smokes remaining for the CTs, and Mihu, yeah, she's find that frag and underpass.
Takes advantage of the smoke on Cat. No trade. Lecro not quite in a position to try and do so. He's going to spray in late, but at that point, pretty obvious. He's already gone, so Mihu gets back inside of the B site. Furlan, meanwhile, has left the window to watch the top of connector. It leaves us at a 3-2 split, standard setup for the CTs. Bomb in the horseshoe. With 56 seconds. Godsent's going to go hunting for kills rather than... Well, they'll just go back now, I suppose, for Flusha rather than trying to go for a fast play because Bomb's got to get picked up and get all the way back over into that position. And Flusha, he's going to go back through T-spawn unsurprisingly. But that means Schneider's got to hold station inside a connector in the meantime. And watch Mouse as well at Firebox because he can watch toward the... Oh, that changes things a little bit. I was going to say toward Tetris because Palace already covered off. Great first shot. JW, and Schneider's actually going to slip in by the bench. No one's watching this. Spiro's back passively on the stairwell watching Palace as well. He's got to be careful not to get caught out. He does have the crosshair aimed for fire, but there it is. The flash comes through. Schneider's up. Mazzino does drop the bomb temporarily, but Lekro immediately trades it. 11 seconds. They've got to get on the plant, and to do so, they've got to hold off Rollin. No smoke in front of him. Thankfully, Schneider hits the shot, and they'll do exactly that with JW to follow it up on top of the stairs.
Certainly not a comfortable round there for Godsent, but a round nonetheless. You could see there so many players lying in wait towards that A side. Mazzino especially, I thought he was going to deliver there. He does deny one kill, and he brings the timer down to a very uncomfortable position for Godsent there, but ultimately hitting their shots and JW finishing things off there with the AWP. They should be able to get the 8-7, considering the buy coming in from the CT. You can see it's going to be 3 Famases, a UMP, and Rallan on the CZ. Like we saw before, they probably need to go a little bit more aggressive mid-round, try and find a flashbang pick at the start. We'll see if that comes into fruition. Godsent know the money's going to be low. And JW, I have to say, hasn't had much success towards his B apartments, but let's see what it can do here.
Oh, that was close.
Very, very close.
Go back to the last round, though, and talk about impact. JW gets that 1 kill. Oh, that time through the smoke.
Okay. Why not?
Never mind the success. I was going to say, and Michu's going to try and immediately compensate for this. Gets caught by Lekro, so 2 down already. You said they were relentless. It's cost them out. Remember, since the timeout, which was a technical timeout called by Rollin, it's been 4 straight rounds for Godsent to make this 8-6 from 8-2. But you go back to that last round, Schneider made a very good call because he snuck out of the connector knowing that he was never spotted getting there, and the kill at jungle, no one else could see him, so he was able to slip into bench and then take out the AWP.
Well, at this point, it should be a matter of when, not if Godsent finishes things off there. It's a 5-on-3 to CTs with very little to work with. A couple of Famases and SMG, but Spiro successful in this position of 4. Has he got a flashbang to work if he has? Time ticking away. If he times this to perfection, maybe he can get a double kill with that SMG. That's just, a lot of variables, and there's the flash. Okay,
yeah, that
has to be perfect. Doesn't really work out for him.
Problem is, as well as he retreats, they've already got 2 players in toward Palace. So if he plays in this shadow position, the question isn't when he dies, it's how many he kills before he dies. Because this favors Godsent as well to bust out quickly onto the site. And Mazzino's far away removed, still watching toward the connector. Spiro, he gets none. That's the answer to the question. He goes down, Lekro gets him, and JW follows it. This is round over. Furlan, 1 versus 5, tries to flash his way around the corner, but Lekro's going to hold it. 8-7, they pull the half back perfectly.
Yeah, they're pretty promising towards the end there from Godsent. Finally getting the money in their favor. You could see that Kinguin never really recovered at that point. Struggled to actually get those 4 spies together. But I have to say, Kinguin winning the half. Like we said, I think this would be considered the 4th upset of the day if it did happen, potentially.
Yeah, that's, again, there's no real clear favorite in this. It's not as upsetting. I think it just kind of continues
just to continue the train.
Yeah, it continues with Kinguin getting the first upset and following it up more importantly.
Right. Well, still, Godsent, I don't think either team would be particularly happy at that half. It was a great start from Kinguin. They actually had a substantial lead at the opening sectors there. But Godsent, resilient, of course, managing to pull it back with some simple plays as well. If you remember that A round with just 1 flashbang and walking of AK-47s and kills, that was very convincing. And that's the kind of rounds, like I said, these guys on paper outskill most of the players on Kinguin. Maybe 1 or 2 exceptions, but still, those kind of rounds worked out very nicely for them. Lekro, great half. Like you pointed out, didn't really set the world on fire in Fnatic. I think he had a couple of good games here and there, but Godsent, when he first showed himself in Malmo, that's when we really said, okay, this guy means business, that he could really have some superstar potential there.
Well, he's got 15 frags, leads his team second in the server only to Mihu.
Yeah, indeed. Well then.
Mihu, just to put a note on it, had 17 kills in the first half, so not too bad for him at all when you consider it's more than 1 per round. Distribution a little bit tighter on the Godsent side. Spiro sits on 5, so quite a spread between him and the top on his team. But right now we're sitting in pistol round set for A, and it's going to be 2 smokes to work with for Kinguin.
Yeah, more of the same what we saw from Godsent here. It's very standard pistol round. Smoking those key positions, locking them out, and then you go for the plant together and pushing towards CT spawn. It's pretty much exactly what Godsent did. But look at the gap there. That's not ideal.
Not ideal for Schneider, it turns out. He tried to find it. I don't think he was aware it was there, and then realized it late. They'd already capitalized, and Mihu's going to try and push back through CT to cover off rotations. 2 players peeking, and Lekro, lovely shot. Bomb has been planted. So Kinguin might be down a man, but they're going to back away from this. There's only 1 kit in play. It's on Pronax. He's working in from CT stairs with all 4 of them inside of the site. Means if he goes down, it's at least close to the bomb. In fact, they're going to try and get him on it right away. The problem is they've lost 1 towards Sandwich. Flusha, he'll make up for it. Spiro's gone low. He's going to try and push even further. He's killed his teammate behind him. He's got to follow it with the second. Does so. Mao's just trying to pop out. Bomb already defused. And he does go down in the end. Pronax with the kit immediately got on the job.
Like I said, pretty much identical pistol round that Godsent brought on the C side as well. They get the bomb planted, they go towards CT spawn, but you could see Godsent willing to face at the exact same time. They give them 2 targets, actually winning those duels as well. We saw some innovation coming in from Kinguin. Tried to run back the A ramp and get put towards Palace, where a kill had already gone down. Have a bit of a surprise factor there towards the end, but his teammates had already gone down. And it will be AKs in the third, not forcing him in the second here. A lot of teams doing that recently. After getting a few kills and bring it down to like maybe a 1-on-1 or a 1-on-2, bring the AKs out on the second round. You can get like 2 of them and Tech9 surrounding them. Can be quite a interesting way to get into the game. I think at this point, probably not the best idea. You want to most get the AKs in the third, but okay, Furlan, he opens things up 6 on JW. How did that happen? Towards the underpass, I think.
You can't ask me questions that I can't answer. I mean, you can ask me, but I won't answer them. Flusha pops back out. Oh!
What?
Double dink comes through from Flusha. He's going to have to back away. This is looking all right. Furlan as well has that FAMAS already picked up, so it was outside of the window. And they're going to boost up as well and put Rollin in a position where he can get a lot of information off of this. Got to watch just quickly toward the catwalk where they already spotted Flusha, but with those dinks, he's backed away. So they can start to push onto the A site, but Bomb, meanwhile, is going to go up toward B. And when I say push on, they just need to get information, find another pick, hold the rotation. The problem in all of this is Pronax. He's pushed through A. He hasn't seen any presence toward the ramp or Palace itself. Knows they're at least in toward B, and he's going to try and catch them, but he's got to be quick because they're already putting pressure on Lekro. He backs away with the FAMAS. Into the open to at least spot the windows. Wraps back around. Does damage, but not enough. Not quick enough, no less, onto Mihu before he gets traded back. Drops the bomb temporarily. They've grabbed that. They'll go for the plant. Flush has got to wait, but watch again for Rollin because he's still inside that window room. If he gets in vents at the time when the aggro's inside of the site, he could catch them off for 2, especially with Flush on 6. So smart gun change for them to put the M4 in the hands of Schneider. Pronax back through. Rollin's just getting to the vents now, and they're going to be inside of the site watching for kills, and they each find one, open it up very well. And Pronax coming back in now from the position, but he's caught off. Rollin's got the first. It's going to be just low HP onto Flusha. Pronax going to be the one defusing as well, so Flusha can't peek this, can't overcommit. Spots his shoulder, gets the kill. Oh, headshot was nearly there, but Pronax just barely gets away with it.
Oh, yep, absolutely. Had the kit there, very luckily, but it comes down to the final few seconds. I think he would have been safe either way. Like, he would have taken like 2 or 3 shots, like, or 2 perfect headshots there to finish him off, but still very close to Ryan and made it very interesting indeed. A round that slips away from Kinguin.
Oh, that one bullet.
I don't think it would have been enough to kill him.
It would have been enough.
I think it would just like it has 1 bullet potential. PT50 has to be right in the face. I think that would have just dinked him and he still would have defused regardless. But anyway, still exciting round there. Godsent managed to get 2 in a row. As we get into this round there, this was the one that mattered. Kinguin with the AKs. And you can see that's actually limited the economy. They're going to have to push here. The CT's trying to find that first pick and nail it as well. Pronax gets that first kill on Spiro and will be falling back. They've got that man advantage. And Flusha, he's not happy with that. Keeps pushing the apartments here.
It's interesting to double push on A is that because in the fact that Pronax gets a kill, Flusha can actually stay in Palace and they won't know he's there. There's no need for him to get over-aggressive and push all the way through, but he can anchor off that position. As a result, look at the rotations. They can go back over toward B. They've already funneled him in that position. Yeah,
with Flusha in that Palace position as well, he can be happy with that. Just hold off the A side by himself, and the bomb will be towards B at this point, but Miles, he's looking to be the fly in the ointment at this stage. Maybe just walk in and try and force rotation towards that side of the map. It's anyone's guess at the moment. 1 minute mark. We'll see where Kinguin want to end up with this one. Presumably towards B, considering that's where the bomb is, but they have 2 players on the A side of the map as well.
And the misleading aspect of this is the fact that Malzino's gotten to Tetris and not spotted anyone. Now that, by no means, and he's not foolish enough to think so, means the site's clear, because as you can see, he's got a Molotov underneath the shadow, he's got a check sandwich, he can't quite see into firebox, knows jungle's often covered off, and Flusha, back out from Palace, is able to take him down. This confirms they go on toward the B site, but they never overcommitted to the rotation, and smartly so, because Flusha had the information, so they stay in position, but Furlan with 1 on the way through, a second as well, and Lekro through the wall could try and go for a bomb plant. 13 HP is going to go down in the end. JW to deny, 18 second to meet you, far too removed.
Yeah, a little bit of a disjointed approach here from Kinguin, I have to say. You've got the bomb and B apartments with 2 players there, and you have 2 towards A as well. What kind of fake are you trying to sell at that point? You've lost the man advantage, and you probably want to be grouping up and trying to execute and try and do something with the pick you did get in return. It was Furlan who finds 2 towards B, but 17 HP and his teammate not even there. Not really much he could do, I'm afraid, and there it is. It will be Godsent finding 3 in a row here on the second half. With an AK saved up, they could force into this round Kinguin at this stage. I don't think they will. They've bought a couple of smokes so far. It will be Mihu with that AK-47. Then get the bomb down, allow him to have some post-plant position. Maybe find a couple of kills here. That could be interesting. They get 3 smokes, make it 4 now. So maybe some sort of execution towards the A side of the map. Who is that heading towards B? That's going to be Spiro, just with the PT50. Once again, just showing some presence towards that side of the map to stop the rotations initially.
Mihu with the AK just holding for a moment while that smoke does exist. Watch just to make sure no one's going to push through it. And guess what? He'll have to wait a further 15 seconds as another smoke goes out in front of him. Small Small gap underneath the edge of that one, but no one's going to push up. No need to for Godsent. No need to give this away. They know the economy. Very passive, in fact. No one peeking on catwalk. No one looking toward the connector. They're all just sitting in the sites, waiting for the entrances, which will be now. Mihu tries to get the shot toward the back stairs. Spots up Schneider jumping. Wallace smokes out, so they can go for a fast plant between the boxes on that secondary smoke, but watch the fact that Schneider's gone back. He was tagged up, still finds the shot, and the AK's gone. Furlan does what he can toward JW, but it's very little in the end. Watch Shadow as well, though, because Pronax has to solve this. Switches guns smartly, not for the reload, but JW will bail him out. And bomb was dropped inside. All 5 stay alive for Godsent. Makes them now on 11. They've pulled this back not only from 8-2 to 11-8.
Indeed. And a bit of a reach from Kinguin. You can see what they're trying to do. Use that AK, the smoke's going towards the A sites and try and get some sort of plan there, but just getting out-fragged. It didn't really have the firepower to answer back there. So we go into round number 20, I think. We're a 4th stage loss bonus at this point. We are indeed. There is going to be a buy available, not the best though. They have got 4 AKs, but Furlan, he's going to be on the Tech 9. Still very possible to do something with that weapon, of course, but JW, this is almost perfect at this point. If we can find this first kill, and it's the player without a gun as well, Furlan winning at the top, could be a great opening to Godsent, but he is walking into potential death, and there it is. Okay, the Tech 9 comes out trumps this time, and he gets himself an AK.
Flusher as well in the corner at Cat. Quick little check toward the top of middle. No body to be found. It's Mihu's that's the closest. He's back toward lock and key. Bottom of the horseshoe. I was waiting for a push through on it. There's been a lot of A-side aggression from the CTs throughout the course of this game, but right now the interesting thing is Schneider has Flusha on catwalk with him that's going to try and go for an aggressive peek, but the smoke in front's going to disallow, so that really just a stalemate with JW going down early. Response hasn't exactly been striking or aggressive from Godsent, but that's going to make it problematic. It's going to force Schneider out. They know he's there, sits too long to commit, and that gives Michu the shot from Cat. Flusha tries to respond where he can, but a smoke just fading off in front now as Pronax does at least hit one. This is going to look convincing to the A site, but Pronax, until now, almost had position to try and deny plant. Lecro, I think, has been spotted. That'll give it away. Flashes through, wants to strike fast. He's been spotted up there from the right, but there it is. Rolling gets the response. Lecro down, just Pronax remaining. 41 HP as well.
Not really much you can do with this position, I'm afraid. It will be rather finishing things off there. And Kinguin finally post around here in the second half will be 4-1. And I don't think they've affected the money too heavily of Godsent. The rounds have been pretty convincing overall. It's 11-9. Godsent, though, will be forcing in. Presumably the orb comes in at this point as well. So JW, decent spawn towards middle. Could obviously take the orb towards B apartments as well. You see a lot of the top wall was rotating the positions towards Palace, middle, maybe underpass sometimes as well if you're feeling a bit spicy. We'll see what happens here. As we go into another default here, quite a B-sided approach though from the terrorists. You can see Ranan setting up potentially a smoke there towards the apartments, and Furlan's watching for any sort of aggressive push here, being very tentative.
JW waiting to see if anyone's going to push out from the underpass as Schneider and Pronax set for A. Furlan is slowly getting in that position, so be curious of that approach if JW, as we know he's done in the past, wants to get aggressive for that AWP down there. He will. He's one of the ones that was known for it, especially in the Fnatic lineup where they had Crims to cover off this positioning connector. He was not scared of jumping down early on with the AWP, but this isn't exactly early, and a smoke coming out late means Furlan's going to at least bypass. Not only that, Schneider's been pushed back in connector, which means even if he did want to peek it, Mihu, Spiro, they're all inside of mid as well. Actually gone away from this. They're going to wrap back around. Mazzino's got the bomb toward the B site, so this should be convincing for that side, especially with Schneider finding the one kill on Furlan inside of the connector. And they'll go now. Rollin, Mouse versus Lecro, the one who's stand-pointed inside of the B site to cover this off. Good shot. Both of them down as well. Headshot. A Mouse drops the bomb inside of the site. Massively problematic now for Kinguin.
Yeah, very, very nice run there, especially from Lecro. Controlled shots towards those B apartments. Didn't seem too pressured there at all. It's going to be 5 players staying alive here as well. This was a big round for the CTs. Could have been a full eco going to the next one. What's a bigger problem on the other side of the server? This is a full reset for the T's here, with no bomb going down presumably as well. They're going to struggle buying into the next round. If they can save these 2 AKs though, that is going to be something to work with, and they have about 2,500 on Mouse. So they want to make sure they keep these last 2 players alive. Lecro denying another kill though, and it will just be Spiro. He's holding in towards T-spawn. He should be able to save that AK. Our player is pushing towards the position, but I think he's safe for now. But there it is. I'll have a look at the money for you. It's going to be 2K on 2 players, 1,400 for Spiro. He's a player to save the weapon though. Rylan, 1,500. So they could force into this, but that could be in GG if they don't win the round. Just because they'll lose that one, be 13-9, they'll have to take another eco, and the game could slip away from them at that point. So the force comes in. Let's have a look at the buy overall. 3 AKs. A few smokes, some flashbangs. It's not ideal, but it's something, right? We can see a very simple approach that we saw from Godsent in that initial half, just pushing in with one flashbang, smokes afterwards and trying to surprise them. As you walk in here, could happen.
7 rounds into the second half. And Mihu has 3 kills.
There we go.
Mazino does find JW. Spiro's been quiet, not 1 kill in the second half, so they're having trouble getting everyone firing. But now that they're inside of the site, flash through, and JW down with Pronax falling, they're going to get a bomb plant out of this at the very least, because there's still a smoke toward jungle. They've added an additional one towards CT. No chance to deny until just now Schneider can pick up Mihu. But again, bomb's already gone down at that point in time. Rollins spotted. Lycro jumps up, ticket booth, takes down the position at Shadow, but that's not the most crucial for this post plant.
Wow.
Good shot from Flusher trying to catch off Furlan, going for a rotation in from behind. It's Spiro and Mouse they have to contend with. The problem for them is that even though they've got A-Main and Tetris, the bomb's on the inside of the double stack for a safe plant. And Lycro with 3 smokes now in front. 2 of which are dissolving, is going to try and get on it, but you're right, has no kit. Schneider instead finds the kill, sprays in. Mausino knows where it is, but he can't find the lineup, trying to find Flusha, and down by Lekro, who wraps back around it, will give the round to Godsent. That was close for a moment.
Wow, that's a 5-on-3 with bomb down as well that Kinguin have given away there. It doesn't get much better than that in terms of setting up a post-line situation. They managed to recover weaponry as well, and it just slips away from them. Very calculated retake coming in from Godsent there. Great shots from Flusher especially, and we saw Lekro go for that defuse. Like I said, the only player without the kit as well, so he has to fall back. Gets a little bit hairy towards the end, but Godsent finish off in the 2 versus 1. And we do have a timeout coming in, Matthew. Like you said, it's the full 2 minutes in these tactical timeouts.
Yeah, and not surprisingly, it's called by Kinguin.
Yeah, at this point, like I said, that's a scary round for them to win. Good news is they did get the bomb down, so they get that extra $800 with the loss bonus starting to rack up now. If they were to force into this, it's had a bit of a nightmare. Let's take an eco at this point. P250s, a couple of flashbangs, just let this round go. It will be 14-9, but still you have the full buy into the next round. And I'd rather lose on actual gun rounds instead of force buying continually and letting your money just be completely in the bin. Well, there's Ardiel, the coach for Godsent. I always said Kinguin there, it's on the screen, it's in my brain. I did say Godsent.
Sorry, so at least you didn't say it's 2017.
With the final line of Oakland.
Yeah, it's all right. we know who won Oakland next year, guys. It's NIP, in case anyone's wondering. Still not sure about 2016.
I was going to wear my new NIP t-shirt this event. The one that says Nip Magic. I've got that one. I was going to wear it today. We didn't really seem appropriate.
Fanboy.
Yeah. Anyway. So that, because the point I was going to make is RDL, he can talk to them throughout, so it's not necessarily calling for them, but at least give them input and help them bounce back. It's been a rough half, though, for Kinguin so far. Scoreline is currently going to be 6-1 in the Swedes' favour. Kinguin really are struggling here. So the buy has come in. P250s across the board. Well, I beg your pardon, it's going to be Spiro 1 Tech 9. 1 bit of body armor, 5 smokes. That would normally mean straight towards the A side of the map. Smoke everywhere. You're just trying to get the plant down. You're trying to boost your chance to go to that next round. Unforce comes in. And here we go, then.
You can win one of those flags, by the way, Henry, in case you were wondering.
How?
Go to my Twitter, I retweeted it, or go to Dreamhack's Twitter if you don't like me, which is entirely possible. And you can click on it to join the raffle.
And you win one of those flags?
You can win one of those flags.
If I had a bedroom, I'd be in for that. But I'd have to take it to me hotel rooms everywhere in the world.
It's true. It's true. It's pretty bad when we start referring to hotel rooms as home.
I'm just going home now, guys. What do you mean back to the hotel room? Yep.
It's been a long day. I'm going to go home. Pronax, same position that he was downed in just a few rounds ago. In fact, similar position to where JW was found in the last. And yet still they recovered it. So Godsent 3 away from picking up the map and advancing into the playoffs. The Swedish team, Swedish soil, definitely has to be the fan favorite, I would say, Henry.
I would say so. So like we said, 5-man execution towards A, drop all the smokes. Purely the objection here is just to get that bomb down. You can find a few kills these PT-50s, but not as strong as the Tech 9s. Molotovs to be dropped in the bomb site. Maybe Godsent can deny the plan. We'll see what happens.
Great smoke that time. Pronax can't see through it at all. He's got to commit to the second jump and fades away just in time because Rollin was getting in a position where he would have spotted him. Goes for the plant instead. Pronax tries to do what he can back through the smoke. Furlan, though, I always like that bench position, pushing up into the corner. It's problematic if someone gets to the stairs before you peek out from connector, so keep that in mind because Flush is going to do exactly that. Just sees him now, but the flash comes in well timed. Furlan's able to pop out. Means you take Schneider, and JW only finds one before falling immediately to the M4 that's grabbed. It's all onto Pronax. The timeout may have worked. Caught in the open, though, with a team flash coming through, no less. Spiro goes down, and when he's blinded, Not much you could do to really call for information, but I think they figured it out. It was CT spawn, and Michu does take him. It's going to bring it to double digits.
Not a round you expected them to win. Like I said, the bomb going down would be fantastic, but the smokes were so good. Pronex could do nothing about it. He probably wanted to find one kill there, but the bomb being planted and being smoked out for about 10 or 15 seconds. The CTs at that point had to find 5 frags, and the CTs actually couldn't do much about it. Terrorists is making those PD-50s work, and a little bit aggressive there. And we go into the next round. It's actually a force buy from Godsent. They have an AWP, sure, but 2 UMPs, a CZ, and Flusher just on a scout. If Kinguin can win this one, which is more than likely considering the buys, they could actually be right back into this game. We're going to round number 24 now. This is actually a real pivotal moment of the... Okay, Miles, that was actually a little bit scary from Pronex pushing down the A ramp. A real pivotal moment of the game right now. I mean, double eco for either side if they were to lose.
Spiro just waiting for a push as well. There hasn't been as much CT aggression from Godsent as perhaps the relentless, as you dubbed it, push from Kinguin. That smoke's designed to hit the window from the courtyard. Didn't catch if it was thrown. There it is. Yes, so it was, and it was correctly landed as well. So that's going to push Flusher back away. He knows that that was bounced off the left side, his right, left side down middle, which indicates it came from B site. So rather than stick inside of that smoke, he rotates back toward the checkered room to try and spot them from window instead. Smartly, they read that rotation and get back to mid with it covered off. So this does force a bit of a rotation game and a bit of movement out of Godsent. As Pronex wants to push back through, Flushes on the other side of that smoke. That gives him away, and he's got to be careful because they don't have a ton inside of the site. With a push from JW inside A main, no chance they can spot toward Palace, and he's downed.
5 on 4 for now. Kinguin with the advantage here. Big round for Godsent overall. They definitely will be Uka after this one. JW, though, in a great position. If he can find the timings here, not going to work out. Spiro just too aware at this point, 5 on 3. They don't need to capitalize, but unfortunately for them, the time is running out, so maybe they do. Schneider in the smoke here, trying to deny the bomb, and he's actually going to do a good job to find that first frag, but Spiro just keeps hitting shots here with the AWP.
Pulling back on Schneider, though. Lekro is going to be forced out of this AWP 1 versus 4.
He has to save this weapon. They're going to get $1,900 into the next round, so if they're going to have any chance of doing anything with round number 25, it has to come down to this AWP. I think the terrorists are starting to pinch him. I can see on the minimap. No one's really committing to it, though. You can see the money is not great for the terrorists as well. I'm not sure they know the AWPs are prevalent right now, so just to be sticking together, make sure they keep their AKs in their hands, but that force buy does not work out too well for Godsent overall. But they do keep the AWP. Then give that to JW. Maybe go aggressive. That's what he's known for historically. Those flashy, aggressive plays. We'll see whether he can do anything with that weapon next round. 3 players surviving. I think one of the players went down from the bomb there of Kinguin, but still. 13-11. Almost guaranteed eco here. We could see a force from Godsent. What a risk that would be, forcing around this AWP. What would you do, Matt?
I would enter the raffle to win that flag.
While you're playing?
While I'm playing.
Yeah. You might. Well, they won't be forcing at all. Like I said, the money just not in a position to even justify that at this stage of the game. It'd be such a risk. So the AWP's in the hands of Lekro. Doesn't throw it over to JW. Will be Lekro trying to find this first kill. He's actually towards the A site.
And he's got the armor.
He's got the armor.
Not aggressive with it. Stays inside of the A site directly, as you said. Spiro's been uncontested and getting into this mid position to put his AWP in a position where he can spot exactly toward the corner on catwalk and exactly what they're going to be doing in terms of trying to get information early on. And the fact that they're not pushing on that catwalk means that either they're stacked inside the B site or they've got a presence elsewhere.
Good approach so far. Managing to at least block out that little stack towards the window position. JW taking down to 36 HP. Lekro, though, the tension's building. You feel like he's going to do something with his AWP. It's just a matter of time. He's in a decent position for now to find the first frag. Flashbang's not great, but he looks towards the floor instead of towards top of middle, and Lekro taken down. That's the AWP drop, but Schneider has picked it up. Known to be the secondary AWP at a time for this team.
I think 2 shots, though, on the way through to the B site. It's going to let them drop in. They know exactly where he is. He's trying to dance it out and find the headshot lineups, but can't do so. JW's forced to sit back. Schneider obliterated by a MAC-10, so never mind the fact that he's a second opper. Doesn't even get a shot off with the weapon. They want to try and grab that. The problem is they're not going to be able to... Well, I say that, but they may be able to do so.
Does he
run away? Doesn't have a kit. That's the problem in it. Doesn't have a kit. He's coming back. He's going to have to kill him. Grab the op. Yeah, I want that. Thank you very much. That's more important at this point in time than rather than chancing it on a defuse.
It's true. Oh, yeah. If you can save that AWP, which is unlikely. You can see the terrorists do know where he is, but they know he's got the AWP. Money's still fantastic for them, so they're just trying to work out what's their best bet at the moment. JW actually going to be sat in CT spawn, watching for any sort of rotations. I think the terrorists are just going to allow him to have it, you know, not going to try and challenge it. So that's a really good result for JW. All things considered, they managed to save the same AWP they brought into this round. So no problem there. We'll have a look at the money going to the next round. That's actually helped them out tremendously. It means they can drop a weapon, get more
Utility is the word you were looking for.
More
Henry.
utility.
It starts with a U.
utility.
Okay?
A little bit, just kind of choking a little bit. And it means they get the defuse kits, they have some much stronger chance of winning this next round. So that's actually great, keeping the AWP into 2 rounds in a row. Pronax, though, okay, drops an M4, there it is. So they do have a nice full buy here. Godsent still with the advantage, but it's 13-12. Certainly coming to an interesting crescendo here.
Flash is over already as Shapiro gets the AWP faster toward the van. That flash wouldn't have quite caught that position. The flash return does, to the point where he also pulls out his knife and then stabs his teammate in the back. So Rollin goes down to 70. Could you say the tension's so thick in that team you could cut it with a knife?
Oh, they're certainly trying to on the T side. Well, here we go then. Round number 26. And this, I like this play. JW debating Schneider here. As soon as he takes the shot, Schneider faces and tries to get that first pick as well. He's currently watching towards underpass, so he's got mid covered, locked down.
I think the problem is, oh, maybe not. I thought back turned that flash would actually go over his shoulder and blind him up so he couldn't time it, but it works out. He catches off Mihu. JW hits the shot on Spiro, and it's going to be back over toward A. They try and approach. Fast play to get it inside of the site for Mauzino, but Rollin has to slow up with bomb on A main. Can't commit to cross with his teammate not spotting anything at all, and in fact, now the utility is going to hold them, lock them down. 49 seconds. They'll be able to bait that out at least, but watch this. Cross, Pronax, prime position. Doesn't even need to move. JW takes Rollin. Bomb falls immediately to the right side of Pronax and JW. Fast shot, can't follow it up, but I'm surprised Pronax doesn't swing on that, perhaps because no one's watching Palace.
I just think he wants to guarantee the round at this point. He's just literally hiding to win. And there it is. That's all he has to do at that point. He could go out, go for the glory at that point, but he just wants to guarantee the round victory. He finds 2 kills, and there were some lovely shots there from JW, but I like that mid setup there. It's quite traditional from the CTs, just to change things up every now and then. You have one player halfway at the mid ramp, watching towards underpass. The AWP just top mid, and the idea as soon as that AWP takes that shot, he can either actually turn around and back him up, or still the AWP can swatch positions and actually watch underpass for him as well. It's quite dynamic in that sense. But still, round number 27 looks like a fast A attack here, and it's going to be Furlan leading the charge. Can they find his first frag?
Try desperately with that AK. It's not an M4, it's more powerful. Just like that. As he takes down Pronax, they knew where he was. It was hard for him to get out of that position. It's awkward once you're spotted. Schneider smoked off. Can't do anything about this bomb plant coming in from Spiro. So great start to the round. Flush it, cancels that out, drops the bomb down. If they'd gotten that in with all the smokes out, then the execution looks pretty imperfect because they can fall back. Now they have a problem where they can't. Furlan's going to be locked on top of the site. And Flush it dodging the flash. Knows exactly that. Sprays through. Headshot success. Down to 4-man. Remaining for Godsent, and just 3 for Kinguin as Mauzino sits inside a shadow. His teammate's going to get more aggressive than that. Mihu's done well to pull it back, but it's traded immediately by Schneider, who spots up Mauzino, and Flush is able to slide out, thankfully for the trade onto him. They thought about letting Rollin rotate all the way to mid and catch them off from connector. He puts himself well out of position, tries to spray him, but he's too late. Diffuse already done, and it's map point for Godsent.
Absolutely. Quite an exciting round there. It was quite a simple approach from Kinguin. The fast A execution coming in there, running in into smokes where before they'd even bloomed. That's an old Dignitas strat coming in, and you actually get success with that first pick there, but very nice play from Flush, I have to say. The wallbang, especially on the bomb site, allowing the plant to come in, but just doing a good job on the post-plant situation. The retake once more. 15-12, match point obtained by the Swedish side. It will be AKs available for Kinguin. Spiro, though, not going to have his AWP, and JW trying to find that first pick in mid once again. Burning alive with Spiro there, I think. He had to extinguish that Molotov.
Put it out. Shows firefighting skills.
A lot of damage being inflicted. Look at Spiro and Furlan.
Yep, 27 now for Furlan. JW as well waiting. Godsent could move through to the playoffs with a win in this round. Put Kinguin into a best-of-3 decider match. JW is slowly getting that AWP back in a better position over toward the A site. Mihu has at least got some map control by getting into ladder, but as we know it, Schneider's still inside a window. Smartly, he's jumped back up, but is he going to get through in time to react and respond? Does get around Mihu, doesn't swing wide, doesn't get his aim far enough to the right, and Schneider's got 2 very important kills to start off what is map point in this round for Godsent. Good pickup from Pronax as well. You would have favored Mauz in that.
Yeah, I think that might be the GG moment. That certainly is. It's going to be a 5-on-1 now for Rylan, trying to do what he can with 40 seconds remaining, but no bomb, and just trying to get some consolation frags, I would say, at this point. He's going to get one. Oh, not even pulling trigger here. Trying to win the round, it seems. And he goes all in, finds the first kill. But